there we have it. The first event of the Paramount era, UFC 324, just went down. This is my reaction to the full card. Wow! How good was it to have fights back? How good's UFC? How good's MMA? Yeah, baby. Pretty proud of myself. I did well on my picks. Got one wrong. I got one right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 correct, 2 incorrect. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all, brother. Starting off with the main event. Shit, man, what a fight. That played out exactly how I thought it would in my mind. There was 25% of me that thought Paddy was going to judo trip him, take him down and rear naked choke him, take his back and submit Justin Gaethje. But ultimately, Justin Gaethje was too much to handle on the feet. Pressure, power, volume, toughness, skill. He can fight, he can brawl, and Paddy, I don't know what the game plan was going in there. He literally stood and traded 5 rounds of Justin Gaethje. Like that first round, those two just came out and started going at it. Gaethje dropped him. Man, Paddy Pimblett, what a chin. That chin needs to be studied. Unreal. Yeah, so I scored it at 49-46 for Justin the Highlight Gaethje. He landed 200 total strikes, 3 takedowns to Paddy's 170 and 0 takedowns. That was a banger of a fight. Shout out to those two, 100k bonus each. And looks like we're getting Justin Gaethje versus Ilia Topuria at the White House. So safe to say, if Ilia touches either of their chins, Nate. Co-main event, Sugar Sean O'Malley. This was a lot closer than I anticipated it being. I slightly gave Sean the first round. Song got a takedown at the end of the round, did nothing with it. Sean out-volumed him. Second round was the most dominant. Song, he didn't beat the brakes of him, but he touched him up. He did really well in that round. Took him down, ground and pounded him. O'Malley just didn't look like he had the firepower, the strength. Even though he's the bigger guy in there, he doesn't have that Song has. Song has explosiveness and speed, whereas Sean has speed. But yeah, and then Sean showed his championship heart, came back in that third round and put a stamp on the fight, won a 29-28 decision. I predicted a 30-27 decision. Good to see the Sugar Show back in the win column. I say book him versus Corey Sandhagen at the White House card. Book it, brother. Moving on to Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. Again, I predicted Waldo by KO in the first round. He got it in the second round. Too young, too fast, too athletic. Look at the total strikes. 46-8. Derek Lewis doesn't pull the trigger enough. Waldo's entertaining. You got to give it to him. He comes to fight. He's active and he knocks people out. And yeah, I like him. This fight, exactly how I predicted it. Actually, I don't know how I predicted it. I said Natalia Silva by decision. Not much to say. It was just back and forth, striking, hitting the air, punching the air. Is what it is. Not a bad fight. It was close. Now, this fight was interesting. I predicted Gene Silva by decision, but I did think Arnold Allen is a better mixed martial artist. And I gave Arnold Allen the first round, but then it just seemed like Gene's presence, he really started up the volume in that second round, took over those last 2 rounds. Pretty impressive performance by Gene Silva. God, is he ever autistic. Seriously, that video of him crying when he's seen the belt and doing the fucking shit with his wife, and man, is he ever autistic. But the boy can fight. So interesting to see what will happen with him next. I assume he'll be in the top 5, top 6. Maybe fight a big name. They'll probably try and give him Aljamain. I don't know. But yeah, star in the making. Good performance. Not dominant, but great performance. Decision win by Gene Lord Silva. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Davison Dustagera Figueiredo. The fight was closer than the odds suggested, but Umar's too skilled, too young, too well-rounded, striking, takedowns, everything. Figueiredo seemed to have the power when he really bit down and went for it, like we know he can, but ultimately Umar controlled the whole fight, wasn't in danger, and man, Umar Nurmagomedov is a very well-rounded mixed martial artist. He is a good fighter. So, as predicted, Umar 30-27. Ateba Gutierrez versus Andre Pulev. Weird fight. Not a weird fight. It was just closer than people thought. I think when there's some freak shows, like when you see someone losing or having a close fight, when you expect them to just dominate, it makes it seem like the fight's closer. I gave Ateba 3 rounds, but I can see how Andre Pulev might have stolen a round, maybe the second round. But ultimately, the bigger shots were coming from Ateba, and he was controlling the octagon. Wow, that can't be right. 34 total strikes to 59. I don't believe that to be true. There is no way, because even in that first round, Ateba flurried with... That's not right. No way. Ateba flurried with more than 40 strikes when he hurt him. He hurt Andre Pulev in every round, pretty much dropped him in every round, but Pulev was busier. But yeah, great fight. Good test for Ateba, getting that octagon time, and it's not bad to have a 3-round fight. Not bad at all. Nikita Krylov versus Modestas Bukauskas. I predicted Nikita by round 1 KO. He finished him with 3 seconds to go. Again, the fight didn't go how I expected, but Modestas was doing well, but Krylov was just doing more. Modestas would hit him clean, but Krylov's chin really held up in this fight, which was somewhat surprising since he'd been KO'd in his last 2. But yeah, great fight. Krylov just puts himself in danger. He implemented the grappling up against the cage, took him down. That was a good fight. I'd like to see him, back in there soon. Keep him active, and where does Modestas go from here? He did everything right. He wasn't as good as Nikita Krylov. This is a fight that I got wrong, unfortunately. Charles Johnson got left hooked from hell, countered, and Alex Perez was very, very aggressive. Charles Johnson is one of my favourite flyweights, and that was sad to see him get finished like that. But Alex Perez has been on a downward spiral since 2020. Since he fought Figueiredo, he's only won 1 fight, and I think he'd lost 5 or so. And he even said in the post-fight press conference, my career was on the line, my contract was up, he missed weight, not a good look. He just looked very powerful in there. He looked like anything he hit Charles with, he hurt him with, dropped him multiple times. Charles, the fact that he lasted until 3 minutes was crazy. That shows you how fit he is. But dropped him twice with left hook, and ultimately finished him and planted him on his face with left hook in the end. And he probably would have won a bonus if he didn't miss weight, because that was a nasty finish. Early prelims. Josh Hokett. I can't remember how I said this fight was going to go, but Josh Hokett, man. For a heavyweight, weighing 230 pounds, look at the size of this Denzel Freeman, and he just bullied him. Charged him. Oh my God. 71 total strikes. Significant strikes. 37-0. That is crazy work. Josh Hokett beat him up like he owed him money. Charged him. Tried to take him down. Volume on the feet. Hurt him with an uppercut. And pretty much made Denzel quit. Josh Hokett dropped him, put him to his back, and pretty much just walk-off waved and gave him the finger. And those promos, how good is it to see someone with a bit of personality get on the microphone? It is so impressive to be able to cut a WWE promo on the microphone after having a UFC fight. To remember all that, I like him. I'm a fan. Josh Hokett, I'm a fan, brother. Keep it up. And this was a first fight of the Paramount era, and it was a 5-minute slugfest. Adam Fugit is a warrior. He stood there and traded and put himself in harm's way over and over again. He was throwing the left body kick, but Ty Miller's boxing, wow, he's got some nasty boxing. And he's a big boy, 6'1" for the welterweight division. Great fight. Ty Miller KO'd him in the end. youth, size, speed, technique ultimately won him that fight. But yeah, UFC 324, first card of the year, great card, great fights. Man, how good is it to have UFC back? Unbelievable stuff. God, that gets me going. Justin Gaethje, two-time interim champion. I believe the only ever two-time interim champion. I believe. Unless... what's his name? Henan Barao. Maybe he won in interim twice. Maybe he won it once. I don't know. But great stuff. Justin Gaethje versus Ilia Topuria. Put it in my veins. I was excited for Paddy. I am a bit disappointed. But hey, that's the game. But yeah, that'll do it. I went 9-2 overall on picks. Not bad for my first prediction show. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one next week for UFC 325, baby. And I'm doing something very special for UFC 325. You're just going to have to wait and see. Subscribe, like, comment. Thanks for watching. Later.